Antioch church was challenged and comforted by the gospel. And I want that for Hope of Glory as well. I told you all this map and locations and all that so that you may understand and see this. The Antioch church was a mixture of Jewish believers and Hellenist believers. In other words, that church had people who came from all different regions. Some from Jerusalem, escaping the persecution there. Some people from Antioch, that city itself, because that city has been there for almost more than 300 years. And some people Cyprus, some people Arabia, some people from Greece, some people from modern day Turkey, some even from Cyrene, the North Africa, all coming. And truly this place and this church was what often people call a melting pot. Now these days in a Christian circle, we and people talk about multi-ethnic churches. And we Hope of Glory is mostly consists of Asian Americans, or more specifically, Korean Americans are making the biggest percentage of this church, right? You know that. And there are definitely benefits of that. Like we can have kimchi, no problem. We have jjajangbat, and we don't have to worry about it. There are comfortable parts and area because we share this common ground and common culture and background. Yeah, we want a church to be comfortable. I agree. Church having with comfortable people and comfortable setting is important and significant, but not everything. Not everything. I don't want a church to be nothing but comfortable for me. If you are looking for a church that will make you feel so comfortable in every way, that is not good, because we are not in the kingdom of heaven yet. We are not home. It shouldn't be. Gospel always challenges us to get out of our comfort zone. Gospel always challenges me and breaks certain parts of me to go out of the comfort zone and ask you and me to live sacrificially for His glory and for the sake of other people. You don't want to do that? You gotta. To reach out, to help, to give, to serve so that you may be transformed. It challenges me and pushes me. The gospel of Jesus makes us to do what we normally do not want to do. Makes us to say that we normally, I don't want to say, I cannot say that. Or on the other side, makes us not to say what we want to say. Hold your tongue. Bite it. Don't say it. We are to forfeit our rights for the sake of our weak brethren. I know I can do this. I know I can drink that. I know I can go there. But for the sake of my weak brethren, I will not. I know this is more comfortable to me, but I will not. If through that I can build other people up, seeking His kingdom and His people over my right, my comfort, is what gospel is calling you and challenging you. Are you doing that? Are we doing that? But that is where gospel is driving us to. If we are trying to stick together only with easily connected, easily, understandable, comfortable, same people with same background, same language, same culture, always same in the church, I do not think it is a good thing, nor the direction we should go. So I really wish, Lord knows it, I really wish, the Lord willing, I wish Hope of Glory can be and go beyond Korean American or Asian American church. Perseverance and maturity. Would you look at verse 23 there, right? Second half of verse 23. Barnabas, his name means son of encouragement. That's what the word Barnabas means, son of encouragement. Encourage them to do what? To remain faithful to the Lord with steadfast purpose. Becoming a believer in Jesus Christ is not the end. You must persevere. Remain faithful to the Lord. Cleaving to the Lord. Hold fast tightly to Him. Stick to Him with the purpose of your heart. It is not easy to remain faithful in this world against the stream of this culture, secular culture, against what people say to you, against what people want you to do, join you to do. It is not easy. It takes effort. You must go to Jesus and hold on to Him tightly. God preserves you. You persevere. God protects you. But also at the same time, you must endure. Do you have that purpose, that steadfast plan, vision of your heart? Look at verse 25. So Barnabas went to Tarsus to look for Saul. And when he had found him, he brought him to Antioch. For a whole year, they met with the church and taught a great many people. And in Antioch, the disciples were first called Christians. Go back and look at verse 25, how it begins. So Barnabas encouraged them to remain faithful. So what did he do? He went to Tarsus to look for this guy named Saul. He knew that Paul was a great teacher. So he brought him. For what purpose? They taught believers. Oh, I believe in Jesus. I got the gospel. I'm done. No. You got to devote yourself to learning. How can we cleaving to the Lord tightly with the vision and purpose of heart? Do not neglect yourself from learning. They regularly met and they learned. So they were called what? Disciples. And those disciples were called Christians. Learning God's word, the doctrine from Paul, and diving deep into it, that's gotta be the regular rhythm of your life, as this church was. They were called Christians. That's what we just read, right? They were called Christians. It says for the first time. These believers in Antioch church were called Christians. So where did the word the Christian came from? From this Antioch church. And they were called Christians by who? By the outsiders. They did not come up with this name and title to call themselves, hey, let's call ourselves Christian. No, outsiders, non-believers. The people start to call them it with this name, this title, Christians, which now we identify ourselves mainly with. We are Christians. That started right here. The word Christian means little Christ. Little Christ. Oh, these guys are little Christ. Men and people of Christ. People who are crazy about Christ. Who's all about Christ. Outsiders started to call them Christians. Why? I want you to think about that, brothers and sisters. Because for the Gentiles, for non-believers, this concept of Christian or Christ, they were not familiar with that. Christ is a Greek way of saying Messiah. Messiah is very Old Testament concept, very Jewish concept. These Gentile people, they do not know that. Messiah? What is Messiah? They were more familiar with Greek goddess and Greek gods and all this kind of story, not Messiah, because they can perceive that these members of the Antioch church were so devoted to loving, worshiping Christ, 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 Christ. These guys are all about Christ. So the main identity for them, they are little Christ. They're all about Christ. See, Antioch church members were not identified by their origin. Oh, Jerusalem believer. Oh, these guys are Cyrene believers, Cyprus believer. They all came from different backgrounds. Different ethnicity, different region, culture. But they all come under this one name and title. Christian. That was a chief identity. Let's just not call ourselves Christian only with our words. But I want you to take a moment and think, are we really Christians? In other words, am I really about Christ? Christ, Christ, Christ. Man of Christ. Center on Christ. Exalting Christ. Treasuring Christ. Is Jesus Christ my ultimate identity? Will other people see me Christian?